This story was sent to me by one of my subscribers by the name of Alice. Shout out to you. And this story right here, just looking at the details for instance, just looking at the title and the fact that the tagline under the title gives a warning sign or a warning label saying that the details are gruesome, that lets you know we in for a wild one. So, you know what? I'm not even going to mention who these people are. I'm going to just go right into the story. It's intense just on the title alone. It says, mother charged after 11-year-old daughter gives birth to a baby in a bathtub. Yes, you heard me read that correctly. I didn't remix any of the words. I didn't rearrange a thing. That's exactly what it says. Now, that's the mother right there on the far right. But when I was looking up the pictures, it had these two other guys in here, but they play a part in here, and we're going to read the story and we're going to find out what part they play. And this is coming out of St. Charles, Missouri. A mother was charged after her 11-year-old daughter gave birth in a bathtub last week. Mind you, this girl is 11. A baby having a baby. Lesbia Kante pled not guilty Wednesday to a charge of endangering the welfare of a child in court Wednesday. Her cash-only bail was increased to $100,000 from $10,000. According to court documents, Kante and her husband, Francisco Javier Gonzalez Lopez, took a newborn to St. Joseph Hospital in St. Charles last week. The baby still had the umbilical cord and placenta attached and had a body temperature of 90 degrees. Gonzalez Lopez initially told police someone left the infant on his porch. In an interview with detectives 2 days later, he told police the father of the child was his 17-year-old son, Norvin Leonidas Lopez Kante, and the mother was the teen's 11-year-old relative. I'm not even halfway through this disgusting, disturbing story yet, and already I'm pissed. Like, y'all just heard what I just said. Now, I'm guessing that the 17-year-old is the one in the middle. The dad is the one on the left. We already know that is the piss poor strag of a mother right there on the far right. Gonzalez Lopez said he did not know the girl was pregnant or that Lopez Kante was raping her until she gave birth to the child in their bathtub. After police read Lopez Kante his Miranda rights, he told police he had sex with the girl about 100 times, but did not know she was pregnant. As if that made it any better, you were 17 having sex with an 11-year-old girl. Now, granted, both of them under the law are minors, but still, you're a lot closer to 18 than she is. Like, she's still developing. He's at the point where he's damn near done. And he said he raped her over 100 times, but what was the excuse he gave? He didn't know she was pregnant. So even if she wasn't, you would have continued to rape her, apparently. He said he did not know when he first had sex with her, but said it happened about twice a week. Well, I guess you would lose track if you're doing it 100 plus times. Lopez Kante was charged with first-degree statutory rape, statutory sodomy, and incest. His bond was set at $25,000 cash only. Gonzalez Lopez was charged with endangering the welfare of a child for his role in the incident. His bail was set at $10,000 cash only. Charging documents said he entered the country illegally and was previously deported. So basically, you came in illegally, they found out you weren't here, you got deported, and you snuck back in. Well, I hope he knows that now that this has gotten out there, he's definitely going back, and they're going to shut the borders off, and I hope that they make them spend as much time behind bars in a Mexican jail or wherever it is that he came from. And this shows you how dumb this person is. You came over here illegally, got deported, and came back in, and no one had a trace of you being here, but you decided to commit this act and get caught. According to Child Center Inc., Incorporated, the Child Advocacy Center of Northeast Missouri Incorporated, 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys are sexually abused before the age of 18. They say 90% of the time is by someone the child knows or has a relationship with. They call it the 3 L's. It's either someone you like, love, or live with. There are multiple resources available for victims of sexual assault. The YWCA of St. Louis has support groups for those who have been abused. That I can't even find the words to this right here. Like, all 3 of these individuals are pieces of woo. I mean, horrible mother, horrible excuse for a so-called grown man, and he's just basically following in the footsteps of his dad. Like, they're both trash. All 3 of them are, really. The only victim here is the daughter. And the thing is, after the daughter gave birth, it seems to me they just left her there in the bathtub. Like, they just said that they took the child with the umbilical cord and placenta still on. So that means the baby is fresh out the womb, and took the child to a hospital, but left the girl in the bathtub when she needed medical attention. But see, they would have been hot on their trails right then and there. Like, but as if they wasn't going to figure it out altogether. But they was probably hoping that, they wouldn't get caught. But this is a sick story right here. This is absolutely crazy. This is why we say some people do not deserve to have children. This chick right here being one of the main ones. And how could you not know that she wasn't pregnant? You didn't notice that her stomach was getting big? I mean, pregnancy, usually your stomach gets big, and especially if you're a person who's small in frame and your stomach starts to get big, and and it's not from like weight gain as far as like your eating habits. Besides, a pregnant belly looks way different than that of a bloated or a fat belly. Unless this person was already big to begin with, then it gets hidden underneath the fat, in which you would have to be pretty big for that to happen. But this was an 11-year-old girl who I doubt was obese. They don't even need a bond. Like I always say, people who do stuff like this don't need a bond, and they don't even need to go to trial. Just throw them away and toss away the key. I would say what punishment I feel they deserve on here, but I'm not going to. Y'all just have to use your imagination. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, have your notifications turned on. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you in the next one.